will disorder.
The Castiel you knew is gone. I'm sorry, Dean.
Let us pray for mercy.
Who are you? I'm God.
Supernatural, Season 7, Monday to Thursday on Pearl's Midnight Drama.
The selection of the chief executive by universal suffrage in 2017 will be a milestone in Hong Kong's constitutional development. The Basic Law sets out the aim of achieving universal suffrage and the relevant principles. On this basis, we can elect our chief executive by one person, one vote. So what does the Basic Law say? Let's take a look.
According to Article 45 of the Basic Law, the selection of the chief executive consists of 3 steps. First, nomination. A broadly representative nominating committee will be formed to nominate candidates in accordance with democratic procedures. Second, one-person, one-vote election. All eligible Hong Kong voters will elect the chief executive through one-person, one-vote. Third, appointment. Appointment by the Central People's Government as the chief executive.
Following these steps, we can all elect our chief executive in 2017.
The best way to stay in shape. The importance of drinking sensibly. And an alternative investment that could last generations. Tonight, Don Pollock's World, Exploring Quirky, at 9:30 on Pearl.
Welcome back. An outspoken journalist in Beijing is being detained by the authorities, accused of leaking state secrets to a website abroad. Jenny Lam reports.
According to the official Xinhua news agency, police in Beijing placed the prominent government critic Gao Yu under criminal detention on April the 24th. The 70-year-old is accused of illegally obtaining a confidential document and sending an electronic copy of it to a website abroad in June last year. State television showed a woman, identified as Gao, but with her face blurred out, making a confession. I believe what I've done has violated the law and harmed the interests of the country, the woman said. What I've done is extremely wrong, and I sincerely take a lesson from this, and I admit my guilt, she added. Reports say Gao Yu obtained through a third party a document issued by the General Office of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China. According to DWNews.com, the document was issued to cadres around the country and specifically mentioned that 7 issues must not be mentioned in public. Those include Western-style democracy, universal values, press freedom, civil society, and other ideological concepts. The content of the document was published in Der Spiegel in Germany, the New York Times, and the BBC. Gao Yu is a veteran journalist who used to work for China News Service. She became deputy chief editor of Economics Weekly in 1989, but the magazine was later banned. She was arrested on the eve of the 1989 Tiananmen Square crackdown. In 1993, Gao was sentenced to 6 years in prison for leaking state secrets. In recent years, she has been an outspoken critic of politics on the mainland. Jenny Lam, TVB News.
Secretary for Commerce and Economic Development Greg So has dismissed an apparent protest in which he received packages with fecal matter. So says the incident has been referred to the police. Trevor Lee has the story.
The Secretary for Commerce and Economic Development appeared unfazed today after receiving packages at his home and office, which were reportedly laced with feces. Greg So said he didn't want to make a big deal about such a senseless matter. He added the case had been referred to the police. It is believed the package was sent to make a point about the alleged behavior of mainland visitors to the city. The issue has generated more discussion after a video posted online apparently showed a visitor from the mainland urinating on the street. So had earlier called for tolerance and respect towards mainland tourists. One idea suggested as a way to relieve the pressure on downtown areas is to build a new shopping center near Shengshui Station, not far from the border. The Shengshui Rural Committee also thinks the government should revitalize industrial buildings in the area, turning them into hotels and shops to attract mainland tourists. Committee Chairman Hao Chi-kung said it's a win-win situation, which would help Hong Kong better manage the influx of visitors. Hao also pointed out that the Vice President Lee Yun-chao supports the idea of turning Chung Ying Street at the border into a special shopping zone for tourists. Hao said the government should consider Lee's recommendation. Trevor Lee, TVB News.
Health experts say everyone who's had chickenpox before is at risk of developing herpes zoster. They say it's important to make use of the 72-hour window for diagnosis and treatment. Stephanie Choi has more details.
If you are 50 or above and have had chickenpox before, you are at a higher risk than others of developing herpes zoster, which is characterized by a strip of blisters. After a patient recovers from chickenpox, the virus stays dormant within the body. As a person's immune system starts to deteriorate around the age of 50, the virus may become reactivated, causing herpes zoster. Although the blisters usually go away within a few weeks, some patients may continue to suffer from nerve pain afterwards. Health specialists estimate that almost half of Hong Kong's population is either at high risk or extremely high risk of getting zoster. Experts say people with diabetes, renal failure and rheumatoid arthritis are among those who are at an especially high risk. Patients on medications that weaken the immune system, such as those who have had bone marrow transplants, also belong to that category. According to experts, it is most effective to get diagnosed and treated within 3 days of the onset of symptoms. One specialist insists it is best to get vaccinated against the disease.
Unfortunately, there's no other way to prevent zoster from happening. Probably the other ways is that if you can prevent other infection, for example, receiving the influenza vaccine or receiving the pneumococcal vaccine.
But right now, the vaccine is only available at private practitioners. Stephanie Choi, TVB News.
All right, Tony, what's in sports?
More football and an update on the English Premier League title race. Manchester City looks set to reclaim the English Premiership after scoring a big win over Aston Villa last night. They only need to draw their final game against West Ham on Sunday to ensure they finish with one of the biggest prizes in football.
Manchester City were looking to get one hand on the Premiership title when they hosted Aston Villa in their penultimate game of the season. After a goalless first half, City found their groove after the break, scoring 4 goals in the space of 26 minutes to send Villa packing. Edin Dzeko netted 2 close-range finishes in the 64th and 72nd minutes. Stefan Jovetic added a third in the 89th, and Yaya Toure rounded off the victory with a brilliant solo run and finish in injury time. The Sky Blues are now clear favourites to be crowned England champions for a second time in 2 years.
Well, of course, now we can talk about the title because if we win the next game, we are going to win the title. I think that we are an attractive team. I think that we score many goals, that we are always thinking score more goals, and that for me have the same importance as the title.
In Spain, Real Madrid's title hopes suffered another blow as they were held to a draw at Real Valladolid. Sergio Ramos's free kick was cancelled out by a late equaliser from Humberto Osorio. Madrid are now 4 points behind local rivals Atletico, with only 2 games left to play.
On to the NBA playoffs now, and it's all square between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Los Angeles Clippers in their Western Conference semi-final. Before the game, Oklahoma celebrated with star forward Kevin Durant as he held aloft the NBA MVP trophy in front of fans. Afterwards, Durant got down to business, leading the Thunder on court to a decisive win over the Clippers. Durant had a game high of 32 points, grabbed 12 rebounds and had 9 assists. The Thunder won 112-101 and tied the series at 1 game apiece.
Just not feeling confident or comfortable with his shot. Hall with his second.
And that's it from us tonight.
Thanks for watching. Good night.
The company responsible for the Gulf oil spill is accusing businesses not harmed by the spill of having collected hundreds of millions of dollars. Also on the next 60 Minutes, our retirement community in South California holds the secrets of longevity. Saturday night, 60 Minutes at 6:30 on Pearl. What do you see when you look at a painting? What are you supposed to see? Embark on a highly visual journey of exploration to get an exciting perspective on how to truly appreciate the world of painting. Friday, Delia School of Canada presents How to Look at a Painting at 8 on Pearl. Sun Life Financial presents The Weather Report is brought to you by Sun Life Financial.
Good evening. The weather was cloudy with a few showers and thunderstorms. And as tonight's situation chart shows, an easterly air stream is affecting the eastern coast of Guangdong. Up to 5 p.m., temperatures ranged from 21.2 to 23.2 degrees, and the relative humidity was between 92 and 98%. Moderate easterly winds. 3 millimeters of rainfall has been recorded since midnight. The current temperature is now 23 degrees Celsius, with the relative humidity standing at 99%. The thunderstorm warning is now in force, so Freddie has the weather tomorrow. It will be cloudy with showers and squally thunderstorms. Showers will be heavy at times. Temperatures will range between 23 and 25 degrees tomorrow. There will be thundery showers in the next few days. Showers will be heavy at times on Saturday. Tomorrow's air quality health index is forecast at low to moderate. The maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 2. And now to the latest global weather update. Cloudy in Shanghai, rain in Taipei and Xiamen. Rain in Guangzhou, cloudy in Chengdu. Showers. Thunderstorms in Bangkok and Manila. Showers in Kuala Lumpur and Jakarta. Sunny in New Delhi, bright in Mumbai. Sunny in Cairo. Showers in Brisbane and Sydney. Showers in Toronto and New York. Rain in Vancouver. Bright in London, cloudy in Paris, showers in Amsterdam, Frankfurt and Zurich. And that's the weather. Have a lovely evening.
It was brought to you by Sun Life Financial. Life's brighter under the sun. Saturday, 8 below, on Pearl's Weekend Blockbuster. Eve has a crush.
Hey, Scott. Eve, are you having a stroke?
I might have a crush back.
Scott, that's illegal.
It's not illegal.
What are you talking about?
Us. This.
I'm married. Okay, that's good. That's okay. Bye. Got it. Yep. Bye.
Sunday, The Michael J. Fox Show at 8 on Pearl.